we understand everything about it. We talk before it happens. I just I like it, and
Correct.
it's happening now. It's
It's
crazy.
happening now live. This is a live chart, and you understand each and everything about today's trade. That's the most perfect thing on the planet, man. Okay, let's start this off. What are we watching and why?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm watching EG with G Swiss,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm more likely EG because they are uh, out of Asia, and I just watching on that stop hunt.
Okay, but do you see that um, EG and G Swiss, they are not matching?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Every time you are looking at, okay, let's look at GU together. What is GU doing?
Geo.
GU is almost close to the HOD, but he has no squeeze.
Yeah, it's bomb.
He has no blood out, so
No
it's
good.
so it's not good because GU being the mother, it has no perfect blood out that we like. So because of that, it's not going to make anything good because the things that we are looking for, they are not there. GBP is good, but GBP without GU, we know that it's trash, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Not EG, G Swiss. There is a potential for an uptrend, stop hunt high, and a crazy drop down. But now here's the problem. On GBP CHF, this guy comes from the low. The bands come from the low first. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Look here. You see, he comes from the top side first, upper band. Then he
Mm-hmm.
went to the low side, lower band. Then if he does that, I don't know what this is. You see, yesterday, the reason why we traded, it was because he comes from this Tango 50. That was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yes,
then
yes.
he was inside of the bands. He did not get out of the low band or high band. He was just in the middle, so he just broke out like that.
Yeah. I
Okay,
see. I see the difference now.
you see the
Yeah.
difference now. So even if we are looking for a stop hunt high on G Swiss, yes, there is a potential for a stop hunt high. But when you're looking at the ZARs today, you can see that the ZARs are matching perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I I saw it that morning, but it's your first, so I I waiting for you to talk.
oh, I see. I know that you guys have already saw it. I understand that, but it's good that people talk about their pairs. Today, everyone is late, except you. So we are just gonna continue with this. For me, uh, it's good to trade the ZARs and not the GBPs today because the GBPs, especially GU, is not matching with the other pairs.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at GU is still inside of Asia, while GBP SGD is outside of Asia. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So GBP SGD cannot do anything without GU's permission. So since that is the way it is, you are looking at EG for a stop hunt low
Oh,
rise.
mhm.
Okay, if you are looking for a stop hunt low rise, so that can happen. But without GBP CHF there, it lessens the odds. I'm not saying it's not good. It is good, but when a trade went up, 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 up like this, there's a huge potential that it might not make another move. But let's see if EG and ZAR make a stop hunt low rise. So those two are the ones to monitor. So we are simply going to monitor those until we see the things we like. Okay, give me the criterias on the ZARs.
Criteria?
Yes, sir. Give me the
Yeah,
criteria.
we have squeeze, we have match, ESAR and USAR together. We have also Tango 50, and we are on the now we are on the 21 numbers. I see, and we have very good timing at the gap time burst, and we have also how I see like they try and crush the dragon. So it's good sign for us.
Yes, very good sign. And
I see that Asia is in the middle, but when it stings like this, it's no matter if it's in the middle. If I'm telling it right, saying it right.
yes, so what you need to understand here is since he's not at the HOD, the kind of niche beautiful patterns when he's touching
Yeah,
the HOD,
yeah, yeah.
you need to control your size good. You need to make sure that your size is you enter with good size if you want to enter it. Sometimes when a trade paints, it does not mean people must enter. When you're not sure about a trade, you need to trade from a place of being very much sure of what you are doing. Not because maybe, for example, I'm watching it and you are not comfortable, but you're gonna enter because I enter it. If you
Mm-hmm.
see it exactly as I see it, you can enter it and you can make money with it because entering 0.01, you see 0.01, it still says that you are not comfortable yet.
Yes.
Yes, because 0.01, bro, you're not gonna make cash with 0.01, but at least you will learn from experience. Right now we are using experience. Are you recording this? Are you recording your screen so that you can have this thing?
No, 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 no. I'm not start record.
Okay. Start. Do you have a screen? Do you have a recorder, or should I let you record this? Wait. Let me try to see if I can let you record. Okay. Press record on your Zoom right now.
Okay. Okay, I'm recording.
It's recording now.
Yeah, now.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So on user, we can see that user is right at the block and is right at the 200. But ISA is not.
Mm-hmm.
So it tells us to wait a bit.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with my internet connection, man. It always does this.
Yeah, I saw the webinar which uh, Leo entered early on user, but user is not there with it, and they crushed the dragon. Then
Correct.
I saw it. Yeah,
Yeah. So since you can immediately see the mistake, you know what you need to wait for.
yeah, yeah.
It's good that you remember that. Again, another thing that you that you need to put into consideration is what? Do you remember the apples?
Oh yes. Oh, the spread.
The spread, correct. So the spread right now, it is crazy.
Mm.
400,
Yes,
500. That is super expensive.
yes. It's good. It's very good explanation. I saw it
Yes.
so few times.
So since you know your USDs are, what spread should he come to for you to know that it is time?
Around 1 or 200.
Yes.
Around 100 and 200. Those numbers I won't see.
Yes. But sometimes this guy reaches 9 and 3, since we know that. But the 9s and 3s, they come from the HOD or they come from the LOD.
Mm-hmm.
So do we see divergence on ZAR today?
Divergence?
Yes. Is there divergence on ZAR today?
Yeah, it is.
Where's the divergence?
On user is divergence. It's hidden divergence.
Yes. So all we need to know to do right now is to wait until he makes another sudden move. This is not the time to be entering right now because you can clearly see another bar is coming.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But you need to record it and see it multiple times so that you can understand how this kind of a move comes. I don't think you have flashcards, but you do not have a lot of recordings. How many recordings do you have so far?
No more. No more recordings.
Okay, this is big mistake because flashcards is one weapon, but you need another weapon, which is your recordings. You need to know, okay, if there's a setup somewhere, you need to record it so that you keep on seeing it.
Yeah.
Your flashcards, yes, they might help you, but having the recordings is having another weapon because you keep on watching how they manipulate the spread. You can see things for yourself that only you can see. So since this guy is 45, I do nothing. So all I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to record. I want to see ZAR with USD together and see how they move together. I love trays that have squeeze, man. I really love them.
Yeah. It's very good.
Because you know what squeeze represents. Sometimes the setup can be nice, but without the squeeze, you panic a bit.
I remember since I'm joined on Extrusions, the squeeze is always number one.
Always. Because squeeze represents the buyers and the sellers being held together.
Yes.
That's what they represent. Okay. You see, during the gap time, GU made the bars up during the gap time, while ZAR made the bars down.
Yes.
They are matching. GU with ZAR, they are matching. But GU is just not that good. So I love seeing things like that also, yes?
Not good odds like on ZARs.
Not good odds on ZARs.
Oh yeah, oh no, I mean not good also on GU like on ZARs.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. So there's a potential that I might make like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 in this trade, but
I
I want to see things perfect first.
I'm thinking about it that I won't just watch it and not trade it.
You are thinking about watching it and not trading it.
Yeah.
Okay, why is that? You don't know this.
Oh
Okay, do this, man. I think that's a good decision because I think it's going to be beneficial for you to have this recording and
yes.
and record a lot of hot lobs, record a lot of hods, and then all the time make sure that you understand the spread. Yes, bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
so I want you always that when you are trading, understand your spread. Always put your spread close to your pairs every time when you are recording. Yes.
Beautiful.
Where are they going? Try to see where are they going. Do you see where they are going? Do you see the
Yeah,
first, do you see the first block?
yeah, I
Do
see.
do you see the second block?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I see.
So they might you see this is where people make the mistake. They think block is everything. You see, this is where people like they will start buying here.
Not bye. No.
Okay, so why are you not buying this? Why are you not buying on the block? What have you learned about the block?
Uh, because I won't see the spread at low numbers. There's just no entry on the block.
Yes, but make it simple. The simple way is this. If you are talking about the blocks, people see block as the obvious place to make your buys.
Mm-hmm.
So so yes, blocks are beneficial, but when you understand, you know that blocks are also used as a deception. They are
Yeah.
used by the market makers because people will are just waiting for the move to go to the blocks and then they start entering without understanding that yes bro, you must wait until they manipulate around the blocks. I mean, even Steve teaches when this guy makes a stop hunt low like this, you cannot just blindly buy. You cannot just buy because it's going down. He hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't done anything. So I don't understand why people make buys when this guy is pointing straight down. Why would you buy anything like that when he hasn't done anything yet? So people get killed and they get killed by their own wanting to enter. So whenever you are looking at this kind of a move, understand that yes, bro, the block is good, but do not say, okay, he hit the block, therefore this is my trade. This is where I enter. You must wait until he does something on the block, right? Like he does some movement right on the block or blocks. So for me, when I'm looking at this, I know that I am not stupid. You see, this is where again spread comes to your your rescue. Whenever you are
Yes.
looking at a stop hunt low like this and he's at the block, and but still he's still expensive like this, you are still buying an expensive product. He hasn't reached 500, he hasn't reached 100, he hasn't reached 3 or 9 or 10 or 200. He's still on 600. So it doesn't matter if his spread is good, his spread is big like this and then he hit the blocks, it doesn't matter. Look right now, look at the spread. It's like 800. That's way too expensive.
Yeah, it's way too.
One thing I want you to understand and put into your mind, Martin, is this is how when you are trading, don't just fall for the indicators. Don't just say, okay, the indicator did this, so I need to enter. No, you're supposed to say, okay, the indicators are good. They're showing me the things that I want to see. Good, I understand them. But I want to see painting. I want to see behavior. And then once you combine that behavior with the low spread, then your behavior will make sense because the spread has calmed down. So right now we can both see that ZAR touched the dragon, but ZAR passed the dragon. I have seen such trades before where ZAR touches the dragon, he makes a pin, and then they start to make some movement there. But the beautiful thing is both ZAR and ZAR, they are on the dragon. There is no way where ZAR touched the dragon and then ZAR missed the dragon. I don't like those kind of trades. They must both hit. So since they both hit it, you are looking for the squeeze. Who's the one that is the most beautifully squeezed?
User.
You, correct. So if you is squeezed that nicely, all you have to do is wait until the spread comes down. That's all you have to do. ZAR is right on the block. ZAR is right on the block with dragon, and then ZAR, it hit 2 blocks. This is perfect, man. They did very good. So both of them, they are also below low of the day. Both of them, they are below 21. So we know that the 21 numbers, they are extreme numbers.
Yes.
So right now, bro, it's pure patience. And this is, do you have the blood slideshow?
Blood slideshow, what?
There's a blood slideshow.
Oh, it's video?
Yes, you need to understand how to read the bloods, the right bloods. Because people don't understand how bloods work. They haven't seen it before. So you need to get how blood works. I don't know why, but spread doesn't want to show on ZAR. That's crazy. Oh, here it is.
700.
So do you have the same spread as me?
Look
at you right now. You is on 57, 58, 56. Is you on 57, 29 right now? 30.
Yeah, I'm on 42. Yeah.
The same.
At least the same.
Okay, good. So right now, bro, we wait until blood starts to show to go back up. As you said, do not enter this, bro. Don't care about it's Friday, so you haven't made any money. Don't care about those things.
No, I'm not that guy already.
Yes, but you were though.
Yeah, when I come here,
you are slowly changing, which is good.
Yeah.
Because all you need, Martin, if you understand this trade, You can make 800 same time. Like let's say you recorded this hot lob 5 times or 10 times. The 11th time you see it, you won't have any doubt. You will know what the blood needs to do. You will know what spread needs to do. You will know this the squeeze. You will know all these things. Therefore, instead of entering with 0.01, you can easily enter this with one lot. So I hope whenever you are getting paid from your job, you are taking maybe let's say $50 and you are putting it into your trading account. Do you do that?
No, I'm not doing it.
I think you need to start doing it. Take a portion of your salary and keep
All right.
on putting it into your trading. Let it stay there.
What the fuck with the trading?
Can you do? Is it doable? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do it. Yes. Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Take some $50 or take some $100 and put it into your account and let it stay there, man. Don't just say this is 50, this is 50. If you have cash, put it into your trading account, because I'm telling you that there will be a time where you will find a very 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 beautiful trade where the Asia is right at the HOD and he's doing this exactly this with the HOD touch. And bro, once he does that, I cannot expect you to trade a 0.01 position. This is where you enter with one lot, or you just open two 0.20s, and if he makes, you see, look at here. If he goes up from here, it is 1,300 pips,
Mhm.
and that's all you need. You don't need to wait for Bastard. You don't need to wait until he goes crazy up and stuff like that. You understand how you need to approach your trading. So if you keep on funding,
Yeah, I need to do it. Yeah.
the time your setup starts to come, you will enter with 0.20 or 0.50 and make $800 because you know the risk to reward. I mean, think of this, right? If you enter a trade, let's say he closes like this, and then you enter 0.50 and you are risking 180 pips, which is below here, for example, and then he goes up and hit you, you will lose somewhere like $80, which is nothing, because if you enter the right way and then you enter this trade and it goes like 1,500 or 1,000 pips, you will make 5 or 10 times the money you lost. That's the risk to reward. So when you're thinking of $50, when you're thinking of $40, it is nothing in the long run because you are here to make thousands. So if the reward is $1,000, but your risk is $100, that is damn good risk to reward, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It is damn good. So
Easy.
you are not supposed to put yourself in a situation of doubt when you are seeing setups. You must know the kind of risk to reward you need to be taken. And when you lose, it's just part of the game. But
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
but the thing is, you get frustrated. You say fuck and shit. You know, I can feel your anger. That's the thing. I can feel your anger from across. So whenever you miss out on a trade, you go crazy. And when you lose on a trade, it's like going crazy. Like yesterday on G Swissy, fuck. It was like shit, these bastards, they came back up. But you did not understand that that setup was still skinny.
Mm-hmm. When you then explain it, and also that Mark Douglas explanation, it perfect makes sense that then, and I like it. Yeah.
Yes. You just saw he came from 16. He came from 150, 120. So he has dropped from 80s. I'm talking about EZAR. EZAR comes
Yeah.
from 800 to 200s and 100s.
Oh, this
You
is
see,
perfect.
that's perfect. So we are just simply waiting for these minutes. It's 9 minutes and 31 seconds. By the way, do you have this indicator? Look at EZAR. EZAR is 19, you see? Do you have this indicator of time?
Oh,
I sent
I
it in the group. You need to do it.
I saw it there, but I not have it now.
No,
But
you need to
I
put
saw
it
it.
now, sir, so that you don't forget.
Okay.
It's very important you understand the time there. Look,
Oh,
14,
13.
16.
Oh,
That 13 and 14 and 16, it simply tells you that there is a potential that he is done making a drop. It's just a potential that he's done doing a continuation drop. So he's giving you a clue right now that this place is where he's going to make his moves. It is just a clue right now because the blood, it is still out. So you cannot just make crazy buys unless you have a lot of money. Then you can make your buys there. Look at this guy. Look, 6, 8.
oh,
Look at
crazy.
that. That's crazy.
My God.
So this is how you understand your apples. That okay, how can you come from 800 and you go back to 8? That is, you see, we are catching him now. We see his footprints, we see his moves. So all we need is to just wait until user makes a blood turnaround.
I like that we explained it before it happens.
Yes. Because the thing about the setup, sir, we are not supposed to think about the setups. We are supposed to know the setups. Because whenever we think too much about the setups, we start to have doubt. Is this the right move? Is this not the right move? Should I buy here? Should I do this? Should I do this? But when you know the setup and you've seen it 1,000 times and you have recorded it, it takes, you just execute on your edge. This is what I want. This is what I want you to understand and to master. If you can master your trades, if you can master the spread, if you can master the behavior, and you put all those things together, bro, you can not make money for 3 years, or you cannot make money for 1 year, and then the second year when it comes and you keep on seeing trades like this, you can easily place 0.20 times 8 or 8 lots without any stress, because you understand the business. This is what Steve said. This is what he wants for us. He wants us to execute without any stress, because if we understand the business deeply, there is no need to think. We just execute. So we see this trade. We have seen this trade before it played out. In my mind, when I'm looking at this trade right now, I can already see it here at the cycle high. Do you know cycle highs and cycle lows,
Yes,
right?
it's
You can
high.
already see it at the cycle high. But what I know is there is no EMAs above, so I know that I cannot hold this trade for long because there's no targets at the top. Meaning there is no 800 at the top. So
Yeah,
you cannot hold these kind of trades for a busted unless again you are crazy, unless you have money to spend.
yeah. I saw that usually when you trade like trades like this, you hold it for cycle high or cycle low, and then you leave some bastard.
Yes, the
But
busted
but
that are
but
going
but
to
you
happen.
but you already know that G spot is not on the right on our direction, so you not hold your big positions to go.
Correct. So this is, I want you to practice this, bro. I know you must understand that the ZAR trades or the ZAR pairs, they will pay you fast. But make sure that whenever you enter a trade, take the most, when the trade is going, take some of your positions out. If you entered, let's say, right now you enter with two 0.01s. Let's say, for example, let one 0.01 hit like 300 or 400. Take 300 or 400 out. That's your money. Make sure that you, when you trade like that, you take some of your profits out, even though they are small, but they are not small if you enter with 0.20 or 0.30 or 0.40. If this guy on 300 pips or on 400 pips, he pays you like, if you enter with 0.5 and he gives you like 20, take it. And then let another 0.5 run for busted. Because you don't know if this guy is going to continue going up or he's going to go down. But when whatever position he does, you know that you took something out of the market. You're supposed to be greedy. Leo right now is greedy. Whenever he's watching a setup, he doesn't want to take most of his profits. Look at yesterday. He was in profit. He did not take some of the positions out. And I always take my positions out. The 10 lots I put yesterday on GBP CHF, I noticed that it was not the right entry for 10 lots. That's why I took myself out. I did not let the market makers go back up and stop me out like an idiot. If I enter with multiple positions and I see that I'm getting paid, I take most of the positions out and I let the small ones run for busted. This is how you maximize your profits. You take the ones that are most important out, and then you leave the greedy bastard do the work for you. And you don't care if he comes back and he stops you out and all that. As long as you have put your stop loss at break even, then you let your bastard play out for you. That's how you trade.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
So right now the blood, we can see the blood. You must focus on the blood right now. And again, think of another candle opening up. Obviously, there's a potential that if another candle opens, he's going to make a blood in. But you see, you're not tricked by blood. This is where you need to understand your pattern. This pattern is a bit skinny. You see, this pattern is just a tiny bit skinny because we have never seen a setup that looks like this, that just goes after he opens another candle. He must make some kind of another bar, and then he goes down a bit, and then he will take off. But if he takes off like this, it's okay. Don't feel the need to enter it like this, because he must make a wider pattern.
Yeah, I understand. So, for example, if you are now in, or already in, you expect also some movement down and then up. So,
Yes.
but you are ready for some movement down after this candle.
Fantastic. Yes. You are prepared, but why would you enter this if you don't have if you don't enter right now?
It's big
Big
from
candle.
stop loss.
Exactly. You remember that ESEC when I said this is your moment. You remember?
Yeah. It's on
Yes.
February. Yeah.
It was the same thing. I entered on a big bar and I experienced pain because after the big bar like this, he came back down to make what we know, and then he took off. So
Yeah, I remember it.
You remember when I was said, bro, this is your moment.
Yeah, it was at February this year.
Yes. So it's the same kind of things. Now look at the blood in now.
Yeah, I see.
So people can enter here, but if you understand that this guy is just a bit skinny, you just need to
Yeah.
wait just for a couple of minutes. You just need to wait, bro. If you don't have cash, just wait and watch this setup play out. Because entering like this here, your stop loss is crazy.
Yes.
He did not give us any entering moves, so there's nothing you cannot force your will onto the market. You cannot say, oh, this is a hard lob. I know this hard lob, therefore I'm going to take it. No, bro. If you are not in, you're not supposed to do anything. Let it play out.
A big indication for us was the spread on 6-8 for entry.
Exactly. Since we caught that, it was him hitting 6 and 5 when he comes from 800. That was a clue. You see, the markets, they won't just do 6 for you and then you enter. What they do is they hide the low number. They hit it and they make it appear for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, but they never go back to it again. But since you recorded it, you saw that, oh, I caught you. You just come from 800, but now you are on 6. And then once he goes back to, like right now, he goes back to 400, he goes back to 43 and 46, and you know that he comes from 6. He has hit the 6, so you are good to make your entries. But since this is too much skinny for you, I don't want you to enter anything.
No.
But that blood is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You has a perfect blood. But when you enter a big bar like this, you are taking a risk. Even though this is beautiful, you are taking a risk entering a big bar. It's a risk. Huge fucking risk.
Yes, I don't have the a lot of money to risking this.
Correct, sir. If this guy made the dojis below and then he makes maybe 2 or 3 dojis down and then he makes the blood in, then you can enter that while he's at the low like here. But because there is no way to enter this, you cannot enter after a huge bar like this. But if he made dojis, maybe 2 or 3 dojis down here, he went down like this, and then while he was here, he just makes dojis here, and he makes pins. He issues you a pin, and then the blood gets in like this while he was making the pins. This is where you can shoot him here before he makes the big bar, because soon as he makes the blood in, it is exactly where he's going to issue you a big bar, and he's going to leave you below. He's going to leave you here, all the way here, because here it was where he was doing his painting, his dancing, his spikes down and all
His widening pattern.
Pardon?
It was placed that day widening pattern.
Yes. So I'm not saying he cannot go like this. Yes, he can go, because look at I love blood, because blood, when blood is like this, blood is firm. From this kind of a squeeze, you can see him, he went down to the 21, and then look the way he got in. He got in with speed. He got in like that, with huge force. Here, I love those kind of bloods. They are perfect bloods. But I don't want you to just take a trade because the blood is good, or take the trade because the block is there, or take a trade because he hit the dragon. No, you're supposed to understand the behavior. So you are like, okay, the blood is good right now, perfect. They both manipulated the dragon, perfect. The spread is low, perfect. But I want to see where I need to enter, where I am most safe. So where are you the most safe? It is when he doesn't make a big bar like this, but he issues you small candles first. Then this is where you enter. Then he goes up. That's how you become somebody who understands the nature of probabilities.
Yeah.
So since he was on 6, he was on 3, he was on 5, this is where we need to wait. We wait until he goes back down just a little bit, and then he goes back to 17 or he goes back to 20. That's where I will think of entering. Or if he doesn't do that, you see, he comes from the 50, which is the balance point, and then he went to 21, below 20 or 21, yes. And then if he makes a big bar like this, another candle might make he might force him to go back to the same balance 50. So he must go to the tangle. Let's say he makes move here. He makes another candle and he opens another candle. Once he opens another candle will be on 50. So he will just shoot off. After we are done here, you need to go through the blood slideshow.
Yeah. I want to do it.
That blood, man, is just perfect. That is priceless blood.
Yeah.
Martin, this is the kind of trades that will change your life, man.
Yeah, I see.
I don't know if you feel these.
I like it because we understand everything about it. We talk before it happens. I like it.
Correct.
And it's happening now. It's crazy.
Happening now live. This is a live chart, and you understand each and everything about today's trade. That's the most perfect thing on the planet, man. And we have the flashcards to prove it.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like those flashcards.
Yeah, I also have those flashcards which you sent that morning.
Yeah, so me all the time in the morning, when I see something like a pattern coming, I quickly pull up my flashcards and go through them to see the one that matches today's current trade best. This way it keeps me sharp to know what exactly should I expect, especially in the morning when we see the squeeze. You see, this is not a hot market, bro. Let me tell you the truth. A hot market, I think if you can go like a year ago before this coronavirus and watch these trades, you can find 4 to 5 trades a month of hard lobs and large hobs and HODs and LODs.
Yeah, and also when I doing the flashcards and 2 years back, for example, it's also nice squeezes. And now on this year, we haven't nice squeezes like 2 years back.
Correct. Exactly. That's exactly right. When there was when we used to wake up, we used to say there's a squeeze today, so automatically there's a setup today, especially on the sec pairs. 2 years ago, there was just squeezes everywhere. Almost every week there was a squeeze. It's like when you wake up every morning, it's like, okay, here's the squeeze, there's something. GNOC, there's a squeeze. If there's no squeeze on GNOC, there's a squeeze on the ZARs. If there's no squeeze on the ZARs, there's a squeeze on the SEC. So before I was trading the normals, I used to put on the ZARs first. So like today, when you're looking at a trade like this, you can easily say, yo, there's a squeeze today in the morning, therefore there's a potential trade. And they used to happen so crazy, so much that in a month, let's say if you have a $200 or 200 euros account and you see squeezes every morning, either on ZAR or ZAR or SEC or NOK, you are guaranteed to end the month with $1,000, if not more. If you are crazy, you can end up with 2,000 to 3,000 bucks, because there were so many opportunities to book profit. But how can you book profit? How can you book profit if you don't see these things and record them? Because back then, I have a lot of recordings of these trades. Even the trade that I posted right now, the flash card, I have that trade that I traded that flash card. I don't know if you know this, but the flash cards I just posted on the group today, those two flash cards, I traded them.
From last year, August it is.
Exactly, I traded them.
Yeah.
I fucked them up. So I have a lot of data on these trades. A lot of data.
So now we can see that that our big indication, like I said, it was entry on the when it was a low spread, because now we haven't signed for entry, like I watching on it.
Yes. So you see, look. Now he's on 50, and it is 2 seconds. Look, now he's above 50.
Yeah.
So when he's like this, I don't see him coming back down anymore. This is where you protect. If you entered, you either protect or you get out. But you just enjoy the play.
No, so I'm not entering. I'm just watching with you on it, and I want deeply understanding it.
But I hope you are enjoying these trades.
Yeah, I love them.
It's beautiful, man.
I love them when they pass the dragon. I see how the other traders selling it and won the reverse from yesterday, and it's so obvious, and fuck, we know it.
Damn right. Correct. You see the traders, man. You see, when you talk about seeing the traders, this is where I love the conversation, because you are not just talking about the indicators. The indicators are just a reflection of what the retail traders are doing. That's all this thing is. So once you understand that the indicators, they mean nothing if you really can't see the retail traders, you can't make money. You need to see the retail traders in real time. And once you understand that, oh, look how he manipulated this block and passed it. But people will be like, fuck, this is the trade on the block. This is the entry. You see, this is exactly the kind of trade that got stopped out at. When you think about it, he tried to make a buy on the bounce. The bounce of 200 right there, it's where he made his buys, and the market makers said, fuck you, and then opened another pink bar down and crushed his stop loss. And then once you are wrong, and then you start to say you don't see if there's gonna be a trade today, you have lost. And it's not the market maker's fault, it is your fault, because you did not again understand the nature of probabilities. Because you know that the market makers or the retail traders, they love to buy the bounce. The bounce, it is when he goes down and then he goes to the dragon and he bounces on the dragon and then he goes back up. This is where people, they draw support. They say, oh, this is support. And then they start buying there. Then the market makers, that's why they make another swipe down to swipe them out. You understand?
Yeah. So yeah, when some people they when they trade the bounce, they in pain, and also people when they trade the close up to the dragon, below the dragon, they are also pain.
It's pain everywhere.
Yeah.
You just see pain everywhere you go. When you see a setup play out, you can see the retail traders, bro. It's crazy. People who are not part of us, they don't understand. They cannot understand, and they cannot enjoy how traders are getting killed, because they don't see how they just see the bars, and they see the indicators. But what we see is people really going crazy. People right now, they thought it was going to be a sell. Think of this. Look at yesterday's trade. Yesterday's trade, they come from the low side, right? Them coming from the low side, they made a big rise up, and then they made an M formation. How many people do you think entered with that M formation?
Many
Millions.
people. A lot of people.
Millions entered there, and definitely other people entered here, the early ones, but the majority, they entered somewhere here with sell, because they saw the gurus entered there, and once the setup goes down, the gurus, they talk to the guys on the group like, look, I entered here on a sell, and this guy is going nicely down. So the retail traders, since we know that they cannot control their emotions, they see the guru's profits and they feel like they need to be in. This is where FOMO comes in. And then they start selling here and here and here. Then the market makers say yes. Then they go back up again. And then they stop them out for 800 pips. And then they hold all of them. Once they go back down again, the gurus are like, oh, this guy's going to continue going down. They do more sells. That's why the ZAR goes down. Because people saw more sells. Then they start stack down again. And the market makers, they manipulate the block zone. They manipulate the EMAs. They manipulate the bands. And then they just crush them. This is them being crushed right now. He just made a 700 pips move. So there's a huge thing where it will do just a takeaway rise right there. So he needs to create just a widened pattern. To remember that London hasn't begun.
Yeah, it's also now it's stop hunt box still
Ending. It's almost ending it.
Yeah, ending it. I feel that they tap the yellow line on TDI and go.
Yes.
It also happened yesterday on G Swiss, but on opposite direction.
Correct.
And we was stopped and they can go.
You see, when you take the same scenario of G Swiss yesterday, you entered when it was like this, skinny. And then when it comes back and stops you out, people say, fuck the market makers. And you don't understand that it was a skinny move. It must create a widened move for you to know that, okay, the pattern has completed. That's where you go maximum. You unleash your lots.
Yeah, and so sometimes when I doing flashcards, I saw many times then when they widening pattern and still working the pattern, they many times tap the yellow line on RSI and then go.
Exactly.
They like I mean they held the yellow line, or if I'm telling it right, saying it right.
Yes, the 50
they
line.
not the 50. They not crush the 50 line. They works it and then go.
No, man, you are correct. On the 50 line, remember that the 50 line is the balance between the uprise and the down. Once he's at the 50, he is neutral, he is balanced. But soon as the candle starts to go above the 50, he's now positive. So he's going to go to the 50 and hold on the 50 and play on the 50.
Yeah.
Once
I
he
mean,
connects on the
yeah,
50, this is where he kills everyone.
yeah. Yes.
That's
Exactly.
exactly what you're saying, right?
Yeah. But my English is not good.
No, I understand, bro. Both of us, we don't speak English. I get it. That's not our native language, but at least we are trying. We
I'm
understand
still,
each other, at least.
I'm, I'm still fighting with English.
It's okay, bro. Let's keep fighting. As long as there's communication. It was gonna be bad if you only spoke Slovak.
Yeah, but we understand each other, so it's good.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's a
Yeah.
good bridge. So what do you expect on this chart now? What do you think is going to happen? Can you see what's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah. Like I said, I expect they uh they maybe goes like this and go up, and if they held the 50 line, tap the 50 line and go.
Yes.
I won't say that. Then I don't see that they come back to the low. I don't want to say that it can happen, but
Yes.
I I I just ex no expect, because expect is no good. So you understand
No,
what I want to tell?
I understand. Yes, I know that you cannot say it must do this. We know that we don't do that. All we are
Yeah,
saying, all we
exactly. Yeah,
want, we just want to react to what we are seeing, not
yes,
expect.
yeah,
We don't
yes.
care about expecting because whenever we are expecting something, it doesn't happen. So we are just going to react to the market makers. If the market makers do this, we are simply going to do this. We don't expect him to just open another bar and go back up. But I understand what you are saying. Also,
Yeah.
I want you to understand that it's good for us, or it's good for you to understand the, not expect, but to have scenarios
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, if he doesn't do this, he might do this. So this way your brain is not on the same position. It's not on the, okay, I expect him to do this. Because
No, no.
if you have two or three scenarios of what he might do, you are just going to play around those ideas. It's like, okay, right now he might open another bar that goes back down, but if he goes down, he might make a pullback. So let's say he closes like this, right? And then he opens another candle, another bar, it will go down, but it will make sure that it forces it, it drags it, it makes a spike. You see, look here is 10. It comes from 10. Well, look here is 4.
Fine.
Bro. 7, 12, 9, 13. What? So if he does that, bro, there is, most of the time, I'm not saying today because I might be wrong, but most of the time, once this guy makes spread dance like that, he doesn't ruin the setup. He plays just a small bit and then he takes off.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that, okay, why would he take off? It's because he has trapped the big bar. Do you understand, sir, that this guy made, let's see, from the, when he got out of Asia, it is one, which is one big bar. Do you see this big bar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He made this big bar, which is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. He used 6 candles to go down. But look, these 6 candles, they are replaced by 2 big bars up. You see, this is where
Yeah.
the market makers they made sure that they just opened with two big candles up on user to trap the people who entered with 6 bars going down. He just made two big bars up to trap them. So there is a possibility, or there is a probability that he might not go down again because he's going to release them. Because once you see him making big bars like this, there is a potential that he will not go back down again because he will release the money that he trapped with the two big bars. So there is a potential that you can enter with buys right there. If you trust your setup and you trust yourself, you enter other buys right there, and then this guy will continue going up. I'm not saying people should do that. I'm saying if you understand.
All right.
Then
I have question. I have question, sir.
Okay.
If not me, but if you enter here again, where you hide your stop loss?
You don't hide your stop loss yet. You wait.
So if you enter here, when you enter here, where it will be your stop loss? I mean.
Okay, listen. You see right now, this is just a move. It's just a bar. He did not do anything that is worth me entering. He is supposed to make at least another candle from here. Let me try to annotate this. You see, right now he's still on 50, right?
Yes.
So I'm waiting if I want to enter again. I want him to go down a bit, and then he issues me a spike just low. Then once he does that to this point, I will enter there, then my stop loss will be right there.
Okay.
Below the block. That's where you hide if you want to enter again. So you cannot just enter here because it is still a skinny.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to wait until he does something for you that you can clearly see. Like, okay, this is another candle. So he made a pullback. Once he goes down like this, then he issues me a pullback. Then he makes a spike down. Then you can talk about entering it. That's the only way you can trade, because you understand, okay, he went down a bit, but he issued a spike. So the next candle you will enter with another candle that shows the color of your direction, which is black. So if he closes it with a spike and the spike shows the black color, then I will enter, because the black color is the color of my direction to go up. But if he makes a spike and it is pink, that's not the color of my direction, which tells me I must wait, and it also tells me that that is not the right move. So if he makes a black spike and he leaves it with a black spike, then I will enter it.
Yeah, okay.
But you understand that this is just a skinny pattern for now. If it did not enter below, it is just a skinny pattern for now. You must wait until they close this one, because London just began right now. This is London, fresh London. So he has 2 more hours before he ruins this setup or he continues going up. So with this kind of a blood, I'm not seeing him killing this setup. But if he keeps on holding and holding and holding for a long time, this is a clue for us to know that this setup is no longer 90% or is no longer 98% probability. You need to, if you entered, you need to get out, because he's not moving. You see, because
I'm not entered.
Yes, because you were waiting for him to go down, and then you bought him. But if he's not moving, sir, we cannot play the guessing game.
Yeah, we are the game winners and losers.
What?
That we are on the game on winners and losers.
Correct. But when we enter a trade and the trade does not move, we should get out because we were waiting for entry. We were waiting to enter. So if we were waiting for an entry and then we get in on a good entry and the market makers, they go up a bit, but they stall for like 45 minutes, you cannot just keep hoping. This is where if you entered with multiple positions down, you can easily take out some of the positions and then you protect. You protect your entry. Then you let the markets do whatever they want. But at least you will have played it smart. Because just because we know that this is a pattern, it does not mean he owes us any movement to go up. He doesn't need to do anything. He can kill this pattern. He might pay this pattern. Look at E. E is on 9 and 11. Wow, that one was on 13. Look, 5. Crazy, man. So you can clearly see something is going on. Look, 8, 10. Well, that other one is 25. I love seeing those numbers, man. I love that. Okay, while they are painting, let's look at G-Swiss. G-Swiss is going up.
So I forget on that.
Yes, it's good that you understood it, but you see, he did not do anything. This is where our method is different to the rest. People are looking for a movement, or people are looking for a formation, a setup right there. But ZAR has already made the setup a long time ago, and G-Swiss is about to start, which tells you that G-Swiss is late.
I remember you said exactly thing on a YouTube video that early birds get paid first or something like that.
The early bird grabs the fattest worm.
Yeah, and now we can see that user was the first and that it was our opportunity.
Correct, man. And I hope you really understand these lessons because they are very important. If people are waiting for GBP Swiss, they are late. This is the late birds. The late birds won't get the fresh and fat worms because the early birds, they've already came and they ate all the fat worms, and all they just left the crumbs. They left the small food for the late birds. So if we understand the nature of probabilities, we know that the earlier the pattern creates, the earlier it's going to go. But the later the pattern moves, the more chances that he's not going to go. He will stall, he will do all kinds of crazy things. But that's why I love 7, 8, 9. This is where I want my moves to be. I want him to do something during those early times. So right now they are not the same. You see that ZAR is making a pink candle while USD is on the black candle. Why are they doing that? Why are they not the same in bar formation? What's that about? It is because USD made a squeeze, and it is because USD is on 50, ZAR is not on 50 yet. So there's a potential that USD will just make a huge big bar here. I don't know, I'm just thinking. But if you entered below here, you have nothing to worry about. So the more times you see these trades, it is the more time you know where you need to execute. If we build our account slowly and slowly and slowly, the next time this chart plays out, you're going to enter it right below because you understand the nature of probabilities. This guy was on 21. He had nowhere else to go. He had to go up because he was on 21. He made a divergence on 21 with a squeeze, fucking the dragons, fucking the blocks. What do you think is going to happen? You have all these criterias that are telling us that buy this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, it also same thing said Mark Douglas. He said that when we follow our spreadsheet, our rules, our everything, our niche, there is nothing to think about.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's saying. And I fully believe that because we are using that strategy all the time.
Yeah, I like it, yes.
When you think in probabilities, you just execute without any stress, without any worry, without any what if he does this, oh, I'm scared. There's no scared, bro. Scared money doesn't make money.
Yeah.
Scared money doesn't win. If you enter this ring, this boxing ring, and you don't believe you can beat your opponent, you should never climb onto the ring in the first place.
Yeah,
You should
exactly.
never climb into the ring if you don't believe you can beat your enemy. So the only way to have that much confidence, it is practice. Practice, 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 practice until once you see that octagon, you just enter that octagon with pure intentions to kill your opponent. Otherwise, bro, you can see these setups, but if you don't see the probabilistic ways, you cannot win because you don't trust yourself to win in this business. Right now, I trust myself. I know the kind of trades I like. I know the kind of variations of those things. I understand the nature of probabilities, and I understand that ZAR, it doesn't come from the HOD. I understand, but it does not mean it is a bad trade. It just means it's just a variation of that trade, and I need to understand how to take advantage of that. That's all. Any questions?
No, sir, no. We good talked about everything. I like it.
But I can't wait for the day where we enter together and you are not just following what I'm saying. You just enter because you believe that setup yourself. You don't just listen to me. You just execute for yourself.
Yeah, and also I wanted to say you at first that when I wake up I look on G Swiss and EGA, and then you send user with either, but it's I'm not send it. It send you, and that's why I'm not ready, because you give me the sign and I don't want signs from you.
Yes,
I want to see it and at my eyes, and then I can trade it.
exactly, bro. You see, this is where we are taking Tim Sykes' knowledge. Tim Sykes says, "Don't follow my alerts. Don't follow my signals.
Yeah.
All you have to do is to understand how I think in real time. If you can understand how my mind thinks in real time, then you can take that mindset and take the bits that make sense to you and leave out the rest, because you cannot copy my mind. I cannot copy your mind because
Yes.
my mind is made up of experience. You see, my mind comes from experience. So if you don't have experience, you cannot copy my experience by just listening to me talk. Because my experience, I did not just listen to Steve. I had to do and fail and fail and fail and see and fix. But it comes from me doing actions that makes my experience pay me. My experience is the only thing that is paying me right now. I'm not getting paid by my thinking, and I'm getting paid by my experience.
Yes.
Because I have seen this trade 1,000 times and I know the odds of that. So you cannot copy my experience. It's the same thing as the moment you start to make money with yourself, make money, and then there's gonna be another Martin who wants to learn from you. You need to tell him the same lessons. It's like, bro, you are here to survive first. You cannot see me making $1,000 or 1,000 euros per trade and say, teach me how to make 1,000. That 1,000, it is not his experience. It is
Yeah,
your experience. So he must learn the experience, because his experience is going to make him money and not your signals.
yes, exactly.
For you to be a great trader, you have to learn to think for yourself. But we are doing these sessions so that we can understand how the game works together. So you can easily say to me, you don't like this setup, there's a cleaner one. So, and then you master the cleaner one and you leave this one. This is your own experience because you have seen this trade play out. So you know what is the best one that is easy than this. So you just focus on the easy one. That's how you become good. Once the market makers, they start to make a long, they start to take long to move, do not hold and hope.
Mhm.
You take most of the positions out. Or you get out at all. You take everything off. It's like 600 pips. 600 pips, it's good money. You need to take 600
Yeah,
big profits. You need to
yeah,
take
yeah,
them out.
I agree. Yeah.
I want to see who entered this.
Yeah, I reading it.
You see, the one that doesn't have the squeeze, it is not nice. But look at USAR with the nice squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
They are not the same. It's crazy.
No,
USAR is, you can clearly see that USAR is first. He is the first guy on the markets. Perfect, man. Perfect. While you are watching GBP CHF, let me see. You see, he needs to make a second leg. He did not make a good blood out. Look at this blood out here and look at the
we
blood out
yeah,
here.
we know that that can happen second again all this, but we user was opportunity like I told
Ah
before.
man, this was gorgeous, bro.
Oh, they
It,
are going to cycle high.
it's beautiful. You see, once he's here, cycle middle is where we take most of our profits out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then the second one, we take other profits. Then we leave the rest. But right on, um, right on the cycle highs and cycle lows, this is where most of our take profits needs to be.
Yeah, I'm now reading the what the same said, and he was waited for what why didn't pattern but like I thought, the indication was when the spread was down.
Exactly. That's why, bro, it's very important to join the webinars because we better understand what's going on. You see, user right now, it's game over.
Yeah,
We are done. Like we are done for the morning, bro. This is 10:35 and it's game
yeah,
over.
it's 1,000 pips now.
So, are you telling me that you cannot leave with 1,000 pips every day or every time when there's a setup? Are you telling me you cannot live with that?
It can beautiful life with this.
That's a beautiful life, man. But one thing you need to understand and know is that there is a more beautiful one more than this one. Like, look at the flashcards I just posted. The flashcard I just posted is more easier and nicer than today's trade.
Yeah, it was.
We are
It's
done.
when I looking at these flashcards, I see better entry.
Yes.
Uh, not better. It's candle work, more candle work like today on down, and today it was just huge black candle. But like I told, indication was spread.
Yes. The spread, it played a huge part, man. I'm
And you
done.
see, I said that they respect the 50 line, and user did this exactly.
Look at the zoot. That's crazy.
Fucking guy.
This guy is
he
nuts.
he learning so fast. It's beautiful.
Nah, it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
What do you mean your entry is poor? That's a great fucking entry, man. What are you talking about?
maybe he mean position size.
No, he says entry.
Oh, entry. Yeah. Sorry. But he killing it. It's beautiful.
Ah, it's good. But you see, he enters with 0.1. That tells you that he is not sure. You cannot. Fuck. Look at him.
Wow.
Look at him. Woo! That's game over. So you understand that you are not him. So, yes, he's learning. Yes, he's executing. But he's executing from a very, very, very scared and safe zone. Now, look at ZAR. ZAR was on 50. ZAR now is above 50. User is above 50, while Isa hasn't really crushed out of it yet. So user was the first one that hit the 50 line, and they manipulated that zone, and then they are now crushing it. So how many people saw this and they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they're getting crushed by the big bars. And right now your take profit, you are done.
Yeah, I talked about this yes, that they respect the 50 line, and they exactly do it.
Damn.
User. But Collins and Mesut are great students. I see a lot of progress from them.
I did not catch that. Pardon, sir?
That Collins and Mesut, they did a lot of progress. I like that how they doing it.
Exactly. This shows commitment.
Yeah, I see it.
I love their commitment, man. The rest I really don't care because you can see
And
their work ethic. They don't really they don't want this. They just want to be in the group that makes money. Yes, we are
yeah,
killing it and the fire, and you see that's all they like. They like to be part of that, but they don't really like the deep knowledge.
yeah. But it's crazy. But because when you have great knowledge, you can make what you want.
You can make great money. With great
Yeah.
knowledge comes great money.
I also was newbie when I want go good signals and this shit, and then I understand it that it not works like this.
Correct.
You show me the way.
But it's time for you to execute the way.
Yeah.
But the only way to execute the way, it is when you keep on studying and recording these flashcards over and
Yes.
over and over and over and over until you have, I don't know, man, 10 or 20 or 40 recordings, not flashcard, because you have flashcards. But if you have 20 or 40 or 50 of these trades, you just enter without fucking hesitation, and you enter with big loss. That's why I say keep funding your account while we are learning and while you are recording. Put 50 out every month. Put 50 in your account every month. Put 50 in your account.
I will do it. Yes, I need to do it. Oh, you strike it with five lots. Crazy, beautiful.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. We are done for the day. It's game over, bro.
And yeah, it's 9:43, and we are done. It's crazy.
It is just insane. And you see,
Other people.
this is how we are able to make money before everyone else.
Yeah, yeah.
And you see, if you trade ZAR today, what are you still waiting to trade GBP Swiss? Even though yes, GBP Swiss can drop, but bro, why would you want to do that? You just made money on ZAR so quick. Why would you want to enter this one? It's late.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I agree with you. So yeah.
It's super late. There's no entry here. ZAR right now can go back down, but he made like 1,000 pips. That's a lot.
You don't care. You don't care where when they go when you take our profits, your profits.
Exactly. When he makes some movements out of your positions and he hits 400 or 500 pips, bro, you should not be.
Yeah, and
You should not
and
be
you also
man.
yeah, and you also know there are no targets there can go because G spot is down, and we know it. Just we know it.
Exactly. So we know that since there's EMAs below, user
Yeah.
can now turn and go to the magnet.
Yeah, it can, but you are take your money.
Out.
You are took your money.
That's right. So I think right now, bro, there's nothing to talk about. I'm out of the trade. There's nothing else to say unless you have more questions. But this is showing us that this is how we can get in on a trade and get out. But most importantly, we understood each and every thing about this trade.
Yes, sir.
Without the money, without needing to enter. So I love the fact that you said you are watching the GBPs, but since the ZARs was there, you just want to watch the ZARs. That's a great mindset. Not many people reach that point. People just want to make money, man.
Yeah, because you sent the sign and it was not from me sign. That then it means that I'm following your sign, but I want my sign to see it.
Yes. This is a great mindset, I'll tell you. That's most of the people can't think like that, man. They can't.
I need
They are
to
trapped.
keep this. Yeah.
So we don't care about the money is the last thing, bro. The money is the last thing you need to worry about. You need to worry about and trading the right way. If you can trade the right way every time consistently, the money will flow. It will come at you. So this kind of a trade, you can simply say, okay, there was no entry for me, so I took if I entered, I would have taken a risk. But there is a cleaner setup to this. There's a one that is giving you an entry, and then you enter without stress. You enter with 0.20 or you enter with 0.50, and you make 2 times. Do you know that since right now you haven't blown an account since you've been with me, but
No, no, no.
I think on the next, let's say the next year, I think you will progress faster because
Yeah, I, I, I think that this year was also my learning year to deeply understand whole year setups and be prepared for next year. I feel that I was don't prepare this year make big money or something.
yeah,
I was still learning, and I feel in myself that now I can say that I did the progress this year
it's
in knowledge.
crazy, man. It's a good thing because you see, when I started, when you learn with real money, and I don't know how many accounts I've blown. It's not that much, but I've blown a lot of accounts. So since you've been with me, there's no account blowing, and you are learning so fast, and you're learning the right trades. And we can trade these things, we can see them live.
Yes,
So since you haven't blown any account, that's what I was. This is what I always want from students. Is when you when you learn correctly without losing anything. You have the weapons, you have the armor, which is money. You have more money so that the next year you are even more prepared to kill this thing. Because look at the Tim Gritani and the Roland Wolves. They've been learning for 3 years, and then on the 4th year, they are crushing it.
yeah, yeah. It takes time.
It's crazy that a person can study the markets for 2 years and not make nothing, just like Jack 2. I don't know who there's Jack Kellogg, and then there's another Jack. Jack 2 did not make money for 3 years. Think about that.
Let's talk about your journey because, you know, we've done other videos. Click the links below. You can learn more about his, you know, crazy run up. You made pretty much nothing for 3 years. You stuck with it. You were right place, right time. You had learned from your losses before. You had learned from your success. And that way you were able to scale up and capitalize $2 million now. What was your best trade? What's been your best trade so far?
Man, my best trade was probably BTX.
Okay.
BTX.
What happened?
So it was my initial favorite pattern, which is just like a big gap up on day one, and it's really weak and it just breaks down, and all the people that longed it from like newsletters and stuff, they're just selling all day.
Okay.
So I made about 56,000 that day.
Okay.
Cut it all on live too.
Nice. Cool.
I think it ran in early May.
Okay. Last year. So like a year
Or
ago.
no, a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This was your best trade a month ago?
Oh yeah, because then I longed it on like a Friday night
Okay.
at like 9.6, because this is why I always say keep big percent gainers in your watch list for multiple days, because
Yeah.
like a week later it was beginning to set up like a big breakout.
Okay.
So I longed it a bunch, and then I was selling in the rips and then buying dips.
Okay.
And then I made about another 100,000 on that.
So you shorted it at first on the 1 day run.
Yeah.
Because it got ahead of itself.
Perfect pattern.
And then you have it fading on camera. So that's your short trade.
Yeah.
56K over
About.
the course of like an hour?
Yeah, a few
Something
hours.
like that. All right, cool.
And then on the 4th year, he just makes 2 million. On the 4th year, he makes 2 million. How is that possible, man?
I like this. I like this mindset because you are won't see the vision, and nobody see it when you sit in front of your PC 2 or 3 years and make nothing, and then you can crash it.
Exactly, man.
You need to have this vision and believe it.
It is great to understand that you are the one, bro, who is in control. You are the one who is putting in the work. And only you are the only one who can produce the results that you want from your hard work and from your experience. Mr. Martin, I think this is time where we end the webinar, man, because
Okay.
there's nothing else to talk but the charts, and the charts played out beautifully. I don't think there's anything else to say.
Yes, I think so. Okay, so thank
So
you.
are you happy with today's live session?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I trade nothing, but I'm really happy.
That's great mindset, man.
Yeah.
Like you learned experience today. That's another check mark, because you are putting this setup on your experience folder. You should have your flashcards, and then you should have your recording on one folder, flashcards on another folder, and then you should have experience on another folder. So since me and you, we saw this trade live, you should take this first recording and put it into your experience. You should type experience folder, because you were there with me and we saw this and we broke it down and we understood it, both of us.
Okay, so I will do it.
Okay. Now
Okay.
let's get out of here.
Okay, so bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye, man.